WGU week 19. And this past week I finished two classes, so C721 Change Management and D079 Business Environment Applications 2 Process Logistics and Operations. And then I started Project Management C722. Okay, so first of all, like how I'm doing update, definitely a little tired, but glad I got through the bigger accounting classes, and I've kind of just kept my same schedule of doing a little bit every day. And that's how I was able to get through these two classes and start a third one. So first, change management. Let's see. All right, so for this class, there are a ton of resources in WGU Connect. Like the instructors, they went all out. So definitely use all of those resources. There's task templates. This class has one task, but it's a really long task. So it feels like you're doing two. But definitely use those task templates in WGU Connect. Very, very helpful. This material is really boring, so I had such a hard time getting through it because like my process for task is I will make what I call my terrible draft 1, and then once that's done, I'll just go through and refine it until I get a good enough version that I can just finally submit and turn in. But it was so hard to get just that terrible first draft. I had to put on some music to really stimulate my brain just to get through it. Because I knew if I could just finish that first draft, then I would be fine. So that's what I did. I did one day, worked on my draft. The next day, I edited it. And then I can't remember if I did a third day that I edited and turned it in, or if no, I think it took me 3 days. Let's see, what else? And then, so I submitted this I believe Wednesday, and then I got graded on Friday, so it didn't take very long at all, and I had no revision, so it was done. After I submitted that class, then I moved on to the next class, which was also a task. And for this one, it had 2 tasks. I didn't really bother reading much of the course material, honestly. In my notes, I just have skip straight to task, so I really didn't have to use too much from the book. The tasks were a lot easier than the change management class, so I'm glad I did that one first, the hard one first, because this one felt way lighter and easier to get through. There were also templates provided in WGU Connect, so definitely use those. And yeah, that was it. I submitted. Same process. I did my first terrible draft. The next day, I edited it, and then I submitted my task once I felt good and liked my edit enough, then submitted on Friday. It was graded by Sunday, passed. I had no revisions I had to fix. So yeah, those are pretty simple. And then since I actually was, I was technically done by Saturday, and I was planning to start project management, start reading that, just get ahead. But I was really tired, so I just took a break on Saturday. I didn't do anything school-wise. But Sunday, I got up that day, got straight to reading, and so I started on project management. And so that's the one class I'm still working on right now. So I've got through, let's see. So this class has 7 sections. I got through 1 to 4 so far. So I have 3 sections left to finish reading. And let's see, looking at my notes. So the course material, I knew going into this I was probably going to nerd out, and I was right, because I really like the topic of managing projects. Yeah, it's an interesting topic to me. So reading the textbook is really interesting because a lot of it applies to what I do just for work. Bookkeeping, honestly, to me feels like constant project management, especially if you're doing a catch up for someone who has just been behind on their books. So I've been taking my time going through this textbook, writing down ideas for my own business, or just concepts that I find are really interesting. Like the concept of extreme project management, that was really cool to read about. And this is just something that I really like from the text. It's just refreshing to see this concept reflected there, where it says, as hard as you may try, you never have a perfect project plan. You will have issues, and understanding them early will keep the project on its critical path. So I've just always said, for bookkeeping cleanups, there's always something unexpected that's going to pop up, but the key to keeping it from being something unmanageable and that just totally throws everything off track is that you need to set up the project beforehand, because that just changes the kind of problems that will come up, like from serious and stressful to more manageable. So anyway, I'm not done with it. Super nerding out on it. I'm enjoying reading it. But yeah, so my plan is to finish reading this week, be ready to take the test by next Monday, and then I'll move on to the next couple classes. I think I only have like 2 more left after this. So yeah, I'm ready to be done, but also this has been pretty fun so far. But yeah, so that's it for this week. Thanks for sticking around. I haven't said this before, but yes, I would actually, if you want to subscribe, please go ahead and subscribe. I am trying to get to at least 500, like my next YouTube goal. So that would be really cool. But yeah, thanks for following along.